Okay, so we're going to do, we just finished quadratics by factoring. We're going to be doing quadratics, the intro. We're going to be doing quadratics by factoring now. Let me say that again. We just finished quadratics by factoring intro, and we're going to be doing quadratics by factoring. So things will be a little bit more difficult. The last set of factoring was really pretty easy. So here we're going to see some things where the leading coefficient here is not 1, but it's not hard to do if you have this is equal to 0 over here. So I'm going to factor out this 5 and get x squared plus 14 plus 49 equal to 0. Now I can divide both sides by 5. And this is going to be 1 and this is going to be 0. So I'm just going to be left with x squared plus 14 plus 49. So in the next examples, I'm going to skip over this factoring out part. I'm saying I'm just going to divide both sides by 5 and go to here directly. Okay? And maybe I won't do. Here are the factors and here are the sums. And I'm going to keep doing this stuff so that you guys feel comfortable. We want to find the factors of 49. So we've got 1 and 49. Negative 1 times negative 49 is 49. 7 times 7 is 49. Negative 7 times negative 7 is 49. Cross my. So now I want to find the sum. 1 plus 49 is 50. Negative 1 minus 49 is negative 50. 7 plus 7 is 14. Negative 7 plus negative 7 is negative 14. Let's check here. What do we got? We've got plus 14 over here, so that's the one we want. These are our two factors. So we've got x plus 7 times x plus 7, and that's x plus 7 squared is equal to 0. So if I take the square root of both sides, I'll get x plus 7 is equal to positive negative 0. But that's the same. I'll subtract 7 from both sides, and I'll get x is equal to negative 7. Let's substitute that back in and check. Negative 7 squared is, well, let's do this one. 7 squared is 49. Negative 7 squared is 49. Well, I did something wrong there, didn't I? Oh, here I didn't put the x. There we go. That's why I'm having trouble there. Got the x right from the beginning, didn't we? All right. So negative 7 squared is 49. Minus 98 plus 49 is 0. Okay, and we're good there. Okay, let's find. Always embarrassing when you teachers make mistakes on the board, you know. All right, so we have 5x squared plus 15x minus 50 is equal to 0. And I can, again, I have this 5, so I can see that I can factor out this 5. But really, even if I can't factor out this 5, I really want to. So I'm going to do this. This is the last time I'm going to factor this out. Then I'll do this step for you guys. Excuse me, I dropped my mic. 3x minus 10 equal to 0. Now I can divide both sides by 5. So that's how we just kind of get rid of the 5. Later on, we're just factor out this 5. And it's going to kind of disappear. And that is why. What are my factors? And then what are my sums? And I've got negative 10. So I got 1 times negative 10, or negative 1 times 10. And I've got 2 times negative 5, or negative 2 times 5, and I think that's it. So what are my sums? My sums here are negative 9, 9, negative 3, and 3. And I have a positive. This is the factors that I want. So I can break this up into x minus 2 times x plus 5 is equal to 0. So by zero product property, one of these has to be 0. So x minus 2 is 0, or x plus 5 is 0. 0 times something is 0, or 0 times something is 0, right? X is equal to 2, or x is equal to negative 5. Let me substitute these back in, make sure we're not making a mistake here. I'm going to substitute them in here. With all fives. 2 squared is 4, plus 3 times 2 is 6, 4 plus 6 is 10, minus 10 is 0. That's good. Negative 5. Negative 5 squared is 25, minus 15 is 10, minus 10 is 0. So both of these work for me. I want the lesser one. The lesser one is going to be the negative 1. Even though 5 is bigger than 2, negative 5 is smaller than negative 2. Negative 5 is smaller than negative 5 is also smaller than negative 2. All right. Board. We like 5s today, don't we? 5x squared plus 60x plus 180 is equal to 0. I'm going to factor out this 5, divide everything by 5. I'll get x squared plus 12x plus 36 equal to 0. So I want my factors are of 36. And my sum needs to be 12. So let's see, 1 and 36, negative 1, negative 36, 2 and 18, negative 2, negative 18, 36. 3 and 12, negative 3 and negative 12, 4 and 9, negative 4 and negative 9, 6 and 6, negative 6 and negative 6. So 37, negative 37, 20 and negative 20, 15 and negative 15. You do not have to write all these out if you can do it in your head. But I want to make sure that you know what's going on. And I need this positive 12 here. So here's that positive 12. So I can find it out as 6. And this is, in fact, excuse me, you'll remember that a plus b squared, then that's going to be a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and then a b here is 6. So that's going to be 2 times 6 is 12. 6 times 6 is 36. So you can see that this is a square. We half this and then square it, same as we were completing the square. So that's square. Wait. Not wanting to undo right now. There we go. Squared is equal to 0. Okay, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. I'm going to get x plus 6 is equal to 0, so x is equal to negative 6. So let's plug those in. And I'm going to plug them in the second one. A negative 6 squared is 36. Plus 36 is 72. Negative 6 times 12 is negative 72, so 72 minus 72. Oh, I look like I'm good here. I always like to go through that extra 5 seconds to check my answer, because the one time that I don't, I'm wrong. Always. We have something that's not 5. A leading coefficient that is not 5, friends. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to divide both sides here by 3. 0 divided by 3 is just 0, so I'm going to get x squared minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. So I need factors of negative 4. And let's see, factors of negative 4 are 1 times negative 4, negative 1 times 4, 2 times negative 2, or negative 2 times 2, which are, oh, here we've got 1 minus 4 is negative 3, 3, 0, 0. We want negative 3 here, so these are our factors. X plus 1 times x minus 4 is equal to 0. And if we distribute this out, we're going to get this right here. So everybody's clear. And because this times this is 0, I know one of these has to be 0, or maybe both have to be 0. But at least one has to be 0. Okay, so x is equal to negative 1, or x is equal to 4. Let me substitute those back in. Negative 1 squared is 1. Plus 3 is 4, minus 4 is 0. Okay, that works. 4 squared is 16, minus 12 is 4, minus 4 is 0. 12 minus 4 is 0. Okay, so I've got the lesser x, that's the negative 1, and the greater x is 4. So that's how we solve by quadratics by factoring.